cannot believe literally, I could not believe at quite literally everything I was seeing. Be it the offside, the goal being disallowed for, I can't think why.
Corruption.
No idea. If it's corruption, it's corruption, but it was mental. Then the penalty being given, and then
more corruption,
and then everyone walking off, but then Mane going, no, stay on, and then everyone came back on, and then the penalty happened. Then Brahim Diaz took possibly what is the worst penalty of all time, at least one on target. But then even when Mendy saves it, there was no celebration from any of the players. When Mendy saves it, they just run on like it was nothing.
Do you know how far I was gonna see? I thought Van Nistelrooy's penalty miss against Arsenal. I thought everyone was gonna
What I would say about Afcon is, first and foremost, though, we got to shout out DR Sports, because we were covering the tournament right from the start.
Which amazing.
A lot of these other channels, and even some of your, mainstream stations, they just pay lip service to Afcon. Mm-hmm. We took it seriously right through to the end. So shout out to Jason, Haz, Kenya, all the production team for that. I really enjoyed hosting the games, but that final was one of the most craziest. I mean, that's part of the attraction with Afcon, isn't it? Because it does give you different looks. Like, what goes on in Afcon is
something always happens every time. Something always happens.
And this final,
but that got to be the maddest of the lot.
Craziest final. What I would say though is, I thought the Senegalese coach got that completely wrong. I thought he was well out of order.
Out of order, yeah.
What, for asking him to march off?
Yeah, because what are you doing, bro? There was no. I said it at the time, myself from Belgium, shout out to Belgium. It was a terrible decision. And yes, it probably was corrupt, in my humble opinion. However, they've yet to take the penalty. Lots of players miss penalties, especially in pressure moments. Why are you walking off? Because in doing so, he probably didn't realise it. You forfeit the game. Now Morocco are lobbying for them to take that win away from Senegal, on the grounds that by walking off the pitch, you basically forfeited the game. That was a silly thing to do. Lucky Mane, who has risen in everyone's estimation, he was a man who kept a cool head when everybody around him was losing theirs. So shout out to Sadio Mane for that. I thought Senegal were a better team. They deserved to win. Great goal.
Oh, that is a goal worthy of winning a final.
They were the best team in the tournament as well throughout. If you trace it right back. They only conceded 2 goals. They scored. They were amongst the top goal scorers. They played some really good football. They overcome the odds against Morocco. I mean, some of the stuff that, and this where I might give the coach a little bit of slack. There was a hell of a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm not sure if you're aware with the way the Senegalese players were treated in the lead up to that final. The way they were being accommodated. They had to take a train to the stadium. Mm-hmm. Then they were accosted after they got off the train by fans. It was terrible. So maybe that led into, obviously, the incidents on the pitch. So maybe the coach was to say, look, you know what? I've had enough. But you still don't do that because there's a game to be won. You do your protest after. You don't take your players off the pitch and forfeit the game, which is what you could have done. Mm-hmm. But I'm so glad that it worked out for Senegal and they won the game. But I've got to say, the refereeing, that first goal, why was that disallowed? I mean, you got 2 guys
for a foul.
Yeah,
on Hakimi.
Like,
2 guys going for the ball. One is stronger in that moment than the other one. Heads it against the bar, comes off. Another guy nods it in. Right, perfectly good goal, ruled out. Absolute crazy. Then you go down the other end. They're both tussling. My man grabs it. Oh, okay, he shouldn't have done it. Way Diaz.
Is that a pen though?
I do think
that's not a penalty. No way.
It's one of those ones where, like, if it is given, like, strip away the context of everything else that happened in the tournament, that game, and everything surrounding Morocco. It's just one of those ones where, like, if it's given, you're like, it's a bit soft. But, like, it's not the worst penalty call I've ever seen.
No, but they were both grappling each other.
I do agree, but, like, it's one of those things that you do see them given sometimes.
Yes, you do.
Because at the end of the day, if you're like this and then you do that, obviously
you're asking for trouble.
You're asking for someone else to go down. So if it is given as a penalty, I would be incredibly annoyed if it was given against my team, but at the same time, like, the defender's asking for the other guy to go down.
Like, he is. Done that.
You should, because I think it's also more that he was also then the guy to clear the ball.
Yeah.
If that happened and things were somewhere else, right? It was like I tossed it in the box, but then the ball went somewhere else. Might not have been given, but it's the fact that he grabs it, pulls him over, then he's the guy that goes donk and gets it out. So if he wasn't the one to quite literally clear the ball, then it might not have been given as a penalty. But regardless, in context of everything else that happened in that game,
It was so
Mad.
bad.
And before
Find
the
it
game
crazy.
as well. Like I said, there was a lot of... Even during the game, I'm not sure if you saw the stuff with the ball boy.
oh yeah, that is insane.
No, but wait.
With
Okay,
the
but
towel.
wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't. I didn't see it until this morning. Have you
No,
seen
but
it?
yeah, I've seen this, but obviously, okay, I'm for you win at any cost. Yeah, that's what I'm for. Win and make sure you win. Okay, cool. But it happens here. They tell the ball boy, don't give the ball back. Don't give the ball back. They tell the ball boy, oh, throw the ball.
See what they were doing with the towels, though.
I know, but that's not against. Like, is it against the rules?
It's
Like, it's
borderline
against the
assault.
rules.
It's
The
tactics.
guy, have you seen them?
They're home.
Dragging and throwing the
Obviously,
guy.
okay. I feel like they shouldn't do that. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't do it. But
That was just another
they're home.
crazy.
They're home. They're home.
That was just another
it was-
crazy in the whole...
It's
So that's
tactics.
why when I
Tactics.
kind of look back on it, I can understand the coach. He's probably thinking, look, this
bad
is
business.
so...
Bad.
This is so much that I can't take anymore. However, you are the coach of the national team. You are participating in one of the biggest tournaments in world football. You have a responsibility to play out the game. Walking off just because
I've got a
the
question
decision
for
went
you.
against you is not the right thing to do. Thank God Sadio Mane
If he
was
didn't
the
walk
one
off,
that kept his head when everybody around him was losing theirs.
I've
And they
got a
went and
question
won
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
Should the referee have given the game to Morocco? Like if Senegal
could
just
have done.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Could
So
have done.
obviously he didn't.
Exactly.
And I think probably the better decision, the only good decision the entire game, maybe like to calm things down and go, let's finish this game. Penalty's not actually happened yet. But do you think the referee would have been well within his rights and potentially the right thing to
Legally, he
do?
would have been within his rights
To go-
so
to
you're
go,
walking
you know
off,
what, you
right.
forfeited.
But then they would have been absolute riot at the stadium because apparently at that stage as well, the Senegalese fans
Yeah,
were
the
throwing
fans were-
cheers
yeah,
and
yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
understandable
It was
though.
absolutely crazy.
Understandable, because that's 90 minutes, and that can change your whole legacy.
Yeah.
in your country,
It is.
That can change
Which
your whole
changed
legacy.
Brahim Diaz's legacy.
Yeah,
Man. He went
100%.
because he was one kick away of winning the whole thing,
Being player of the tournament,
being like possible one of the player of the tournaments, golden boot of the tournament,
Everything.
and he decided to do what can only be like described as the inconsistencies of the game as well.
I
The
see
wettest
people-
shot I've ever
You know
I
seen.
what,
see
like,
people
you know,
say that he done it on purpose.
No,
but
no
he's
way.
done the penalty
No.
before. He's
No
done
way.
the
But
chip penalty
you know
before.
what it is? You know what it is, FJ? Narcissism, pure and simple. And
He
players
could
are
see
guilty of
he could see the aura farming
He
TikTok
was
edits.
looking at his name up in the lights. Look
Me
what
too.
I've done.
I would too.
0-0. That was literally would have been the last kick.
It's
of the
like
game.
you're not.
I'm going
you're
to.
not Andre
Not only am I
Pirlo,
going to
man.
score this and win this for my country, I'm going to do it in style.
You're not Andre
Yeah, man.
Pirlo.
Diaz-
Pirlo's one of the only
but
ones
Diaz
that can do it.
fluffed his line.
it's-
But Diaz is a good player, crazy
Course.
ability. So if he done that and he,
This
that's the-
this so-called conspiracy theory about he did it. Absolutely. Did you see the way that the Moroccan coach was talking to him after he missed that
Crazy.
penalty?
Crazy,
He nearly
yeah.
assaulted him. He's like,
Yeah, it was. But this is why I love Harry Kane as a penalty taker, because the bloke just goes, oh, I'm just going to leather it. He leathers it down the middle, pretty
you
much
know
every
why?
single
Because
time.
he takes his ego out of the situation.
Yeah.
And he's just doing what
He just goes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to score this goal by hitting it as hard as I can at that man.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to go
But
in. That's why
unfortunately,
he's so good.
sometimes with penalty takers, they allow their arrogance to get in the way. We saw that the other day of Arsenal. The penalty that Madueke took for Arsenal, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
born of pure arrogance.
But how is he
picked up the ball,
yeah,
right? Before we decided he was going to, because he's not the designated penalty taker. He won the penalty, he picked up the ball, he had a big smile under his arm, strolls up, then he laconically strolls up, tries to do the whole dummy and puts it wide. And I thought,
no, but
Yeah.
stupid.
There is a fine line.
Footballers tend to do this. They're arrogant, they're narcissistic.
No, but there's a fine
They
line.
don't just want to score the penalty, they want to do it with some kind of cachet to it. Look at me.
It's understandable, but there's a fine line between.
And that's what Diaz felt guilty to yesterday.
But Laurie, there's a fine line between arrogance and confidence. So he can be so confident, like
It's not even confidence. I'm calling it ego and narcissism.
It was just stupid. It was
because
just
you've got
stupid.
one job in that moment to score the. It's not. We don't want to. It's not about Panenkas. You just want to score it and win it, the competition for your country.
But
it's
him
not about him
side footing it to the right hand side doesn't mean that he's going to score. Him side footing it to the left hand side, it doesn't mean that he's going to score. You know, so him chipping it, it doesn't mean that he's going to score, but it just looks bad.
He didn't even take it with his dominant foot.
Yeah, but no,
He
but
was trying to style.
He takes penalties with his right foot. Let's say like
No, but
Dembele,
what I'm
like
saying
Dembele,
is,
he
right.
shoots his right foot,
Yeah,
takes corners with his
Greenwood
right
does
foot.
the same
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah.
In that moment, like Dylan said, he should have just put his foot through that.
Yeah, just
They win the
slap it.
competition, and he's a
Because
hero for
Mendy
life.
dived, but if you watch a slow mo, Mendy dives,
Dived and he got
looks
back
at
up.
it and
Yeah,
goes,
yeah, yeah.
"Oh, actually, you know what?
Thank you.
Because Brahim Diaz, he would have gone faster if he just thrown it.